Continuing coverage of the conflict in Iran, let's go to Elina Shirazi, a first-generation Iranian and reporter for the Daily Mail. Elina, it is so great to be able to talk to you again. We have spoken before about your parents fleeing the country. What does this moment in history mean to you? And also, have you been able to make contact with your family still in Iran right now?
Yes, certainly, Dee Dee. Thank you so much for having me again. I mean, it's a lot of emotions wrapped into one. When we first heard the news, it was a bit of relief, jubilation. I'm sure you've seen the videos of Iranians taking to the streets and chanting for joy that the leaders that were responsible for their oppression for more than 47 years is now gone. But that's wrapped up with, of course, a lot of fear as well. To your point, I have a lot of family in Tehran and Isfahan, and we have not been able to get a hold of them for days. Today was the first day that we were able to make contact with a family member, and they weren't able to say much. And also just the sense of we don't know if we're going to get hit. Will, a missile or a bomb be dropped on our house? There's a lot of emotions going on in the heads of Iranians right now, and it's just been a very, very, very long past few days, certainly.
And I can only imagine what you're going through right now, because the perspective that we're getting from the ground in Iran is through reports and perspectives like yours. I am curious, because I understand you have had conversations with people on the ground. What are they saying, first of all?
Yeah, so over the past few days, I've been communicating with the Iranians despite the internet and communications blackout that has still been continuing. But what was sheer joy at the news of their oppressors, as I mentioned, being killed, has now turned into a very, very anxious holding pattern for a lot of Iranians. One young Iranian man told me that the bombing campaign has been absolutely brutal at this point from what he's seen. Another person in Iran told me that the WRGB military is actually now camped on the streets everywhere after having dissipated for a while. And we got videos sent to us today as well. They're carrying AK-47s, and they're threatening whoever is on the street if they seem like they are potentially protesting. But bottom line, Dee Dee, for Iranians trapped inside of their homes right now, there is this overwhelming sense of dread that the job won't be finished, and that if the war stops suddenly and this regime in some way, shape, or form remains, that they will retaliate against the people even more violently than before.
Do you anticipate Iranians, based on your conversations, to rise up against their government? What is the general sense that you get on that front?
Yeah, so Trump has told Iranians that now is your chance, and this is probably the only one that you're going to get. I'm sure you've heard him say that, Dee Dee. Most Iranians that I've spoken to, they're taking direction from President Trump and from the opposition leader, exiled Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi. But the country is still under a communications blackout, so they can't even really hear next steps to see what exactly they should do. Both Trump and Pahlavi have put out video statements encouraging people to stay inside for the time being, without really now at this point any real update or direction on what to do next. Today, during a briefing, Trump said that someone from within might be appropriate or more appropriate than the Iranian exiled crown prince, but he didn't exactly say if he had anyone in mind. So there is certainly a lot of confusion right now with Iranians, and ideally, most Iranians that I speak to, what they want is a transitional leader, someone who can lead them into freedom and be able to ultimately have free and fair elections. The last thing that we need to be doing right now is sending mixed signals to Iranians, Dee Dee.
And in the interim, to your point, a lot of anxiety, and as you just mentioned, a holding pattern for so many Iranians right now. Elina Shirazi, always appreciate talking to you. Thank you for joining us on the National News Desk tonight.
Thank you so much, Dee Dee. Thank you for having me.